Greetings, this is Vane and welcome back to Let's Play Avernum 2. Where we are going to start heading to the next area as we make our way towards Formello. Now the road now is abruptly here. Construction materials are strewn about. Someone was working here to widen the road and make things easier for merchant traffic. Work must have stopped when the recent disruptions began. Meet a patrol of Avernum guards. They're marching up and down this section of roads, watching the Nephilim bands and infiltrating Empire soldiers. Dull work. You met them briefly on the way to Fort Ganrick, so they don't bother you. They look very grim. You ask them if you've heard any news. The captain says the dragon Motrax, his lair is near here. We've heard tell that he has been slain. We hope desperately that isn't true. With that they take their leave, continuing their tedious search. Watch for the area's roads. Okay. Well, let's see what this says. Formello, 30 miles south. Fort Draco, 70 miles northwest. Okay. So we followed the road. We'll have a bit of an explore. There's something there, we'll look at that in a minute. Someone has built a small stone hut in this little cavern. It sits by a pool of water and a modest mushroom garden. Let's knock on the door. The door is answered by a small manic man. He introduces himself as Val the Scrivener. He lives in isolation here, working on his scrolls and magical supplies. After asking questions for a while about the guns on the outside wall, he asks you if you'd like to see his wares. Let's do some shopping. That's nice. Don't really need anything. Never mind. It's good to know it's there. Do we want to see what's on the other side of this poison swamp? Passage ahead is very narrow and winding. Ahead you hear the echoes of angry human voices. The accent is unfamiliar to you. You can't see them. If you continue, you may have a hard time avoiding them. Let's search the tunnel. You squeeze yourself into this tiny, well-hidden passage. Round the corner, you find yourself face to face with a group of surprised soldiers. They aren't POW, and their armour is a crown insignia. They're Empire soldiers who have infiltrated Avernum lands. They attack. Okay. Nothing there apart from their armour. You search the encampment. Most of their meagre equipment has been rectified, but you do find enough stuff to be worth about 100 gold in barter. You also find a scroll. It describes itself as a red pass. You keep it. It's twice now. Got 2 red passes. Layer of Motrax. Motrax. Authorized guests only, please. Okay. See a group of guards watching the approach to the cave to the north. They seem to be about to stop to you, but then they think bailed of it. It's as if they don't care anymore. As you pass, you can see they've been in combat recently. Some have minor wounds and there are tears in their armour. Okay. Well, we'll carry on exploring outside. And then head into the cave of Motrax. Tunnel stretches up for some ways. After a time you think you might be leading to the surface. However, you eventually come to a place where countless tons of fallen rock block the passage. Tools left behind provide evidence that someone tried to burrow out through here. They soon gave up. Okay. The cave to the east is filled with thick, choking steam from several large fumaroles. Sulphurous steam is pumped up for miles below the descents. The floor is covered with faint tracks of a giant lizard's strong claws. This area's own became volcanically active 2 or 3 years ago. Avernum is not geologically stable. It is occasionally struck by cave quakes, which can create interesting features like this overnight. Let's have a look, shall we? First, you think these giant lizards are like those found in farms pulling merchant caravans. When they get close, you realise they're a bit larger. They also emit small puffs of flame from their noses when they exhale. Fire lizards! You're suddenly set on by a group of bandits. Hold, the leader shouts, not pass to told to pass. Give us 25 coins or we must do battle. Attack. They draw their weapons and meet you in battle. They really don't want to fight you, but now you're forced the issue, they won't back down. If they're captured, it means certain execution. You search the bandits. The leader had a pouch full of coins. You've helped yourself. Might be enough for some training and some fancy new metal weapons. Nice. See an abandoned construction site. Someone started to build some stone baths to take advantage of some natural hot springs here. Then work stopped. You would guess that the war with the Empire ended someone's entrepreneurial endeavours. Yeah, I remember that. That was a quest in Avernum 1 to find a natural spring, natural steam for the innkeeper, and that's where it was. I'm liking all these nods to what happened before. Okay. Let's go see Mott Tracks, or the remains of Mott Tracks. Golem. Mott Tracks Research Headquarters. Motrax Barracks. Okay. A tall-aged man with wrinkles and a few wisps of grey hair paces about slowly. He seems tiny in his bulky robes. He nods at you in greeting. I am Platt. May I ask what you're here for? He responds more out of politeness than a desire to speak with you. I am here to visit the laboratory. What is the laboratory like? We of Avernum have a magical laboratory set up here. You can't enter it, I'm sure. The three majors here question the lizard for information that can help save our nation. Three majors? Can't really tell you about them. That lizard's name is Motrax. Motrax it is. Hard to get knowledge out of it, but we're trying. Nothing I can tell you about, of course. Now, if you'll excuse me, he turns back and walks away from you. A young, round-faced woman with long brown hair sits at the table. She's writing notes and figures on a scroll, already densely covered with writing. She looks at you. Welcome, visitors. I'm Marion. I hope you aren't here to see the dragon. Do you know the dragon? Well, I was studying Motrax, and I was his friend as well. Now I just wait here. What happened to Motrax? Poor old Motrax. First he was carved up by surface welders. Now he can only be seen by people with clearance. She spits out the last word. He needs friends. Instead he gets interrogated for hours and then by a bunch of magi. I haven't seen him in months, so I'm just waiting here. What kind of clearance do I need? I'm not sure. Some clearance to see Matrix, another to get in the labs they've set up here. If you belong to the army, you might have clearance to see him. Beyond that, I don't know. I don't pay much attention to the bureaucracy. If we can see Motrax, would you like us to take a message from you to him? That would be very kind. Just tell him that I'm thinking of him, and I wish him well. That's all I wanted to know. So, Motrax, soldier clearance required to pass. That's alright, I should have clearance. The captain of the Avernum army reclines in the corner. He looks barely conscious and he sees you. However, he seems to inflate, almost leaping out of his chair. Greetings. What's your job here? I am captain of this garrison. I don't have soldiers anymore, though. Grimaces. It's golems now. I just spend my time chasing lizards. Lizards? I've got a bunch of giant lizards skulking around the cracks behind these buildings. They're like rats, but deadly, and of course the golems aren't any help. What happened to the soldiers garrisoned here? Used to have half a dozen soldiers here. Most of them died in an Empire ambush which crippled Motrax. Then the government moved a bunch of majors in here and they brought golems in to guide everything. I'm only here to greet people. It's sad. The dragon only wants to meet people in his old age. Now the mages don't let anyone near him. What are the mages here for? The crown puts some mages here to find out everything they can from poor old crippled Motrax. They brought golems with them to replace the human guards. The dragon never sees anyone but them and me, and they tire him out with constant questions. He shakes it. It's a sad tale for sad times. What do you know of Motrax? The oldest of the dragons in Avernum. He's kind and wise. I don't know why the Empire sent a bunch of assassins to kill him. He was doing no harm. Curious about something else. You're the commander here, right? Anything we can do for you? Okay. Shrugs. I suppose there isn't much doing. There have been some bandits wandering around to the north. I was going to send a platoon to kill them, but you could do it instead if it would keep you busy. We killed those bandits for you. Oh, did you? Well, good. Thank you. It saved us a little trouble. I'll put in a good word for you with the higher ups when I get a chance. You wait for him to get you a reward. He doesn't. Okay. But we got experience and we got reputation, so I'm happy with that. You enter the lair of Motrax. Motrax is a dragon, one of only a handful of this mighty race known to be alive. He is an ancient beast, very kind and respected by all of Avernum. Strangely, most of the guards here aren't human. Golems, magical automatons crafted from stone, protect the lair. You had thought that humans helped defend the ancient dragon. Very strange. A nearby sign says you need to have soul clearance to approach Motrax. Fortunately, you, like many members of the Avernum army, already have it. You received it just before you were sent to Fort Ganrick. Yes. Let's keep going. To the north is a large cave with an arching ceiling rising far out of sight. The floor is covered with deep claw marks. To the north is a large platform, upon which rests Motrax, the dragon. Everyone in Avernum has heard of Motrax, the kindly old dragon who helped people many times in the past. When you get closer, however, you can see that Motrax has been grievously wounded. He was an ancient creature to begin with, and now his body bears a number of vicious wounds, both from blades and magic. Despite his impressive bulk, he looks weak and tired. Lair of Motrax. Motrax is an enormous reddish-green lizard, 50 feet from head to tip of tail. Time has not been kind to it. Its scales are faded and wrinkled, and recent scars mar its body. You look like you can barely walk. Ah, humans. Welcome, I am Motrax. Marion asks us to say hello to you and tell you that she thinks of you often. Motrax pauses. After a moment, a single tear runs down his form. Skiff is worn grey. How pathetic I've come when the regard of a single human is important to me. Your wounds are terrible. Can we help you heal them? Motrax says healing magic can only go so far. Your human magic can ease my pains, but my centuries are long and my time is ending. Nothing can be done now. How do you spend your time here? He was lost for words. His head pitched bowed low and the words struggled to emerge. I help the humans the best I can for protection. Help with what? I provide information. I know a lot. It is fuzzy at times. It gets that way. But the wizards come and ask me questions. He sighs a long, ragged, selfless sigh. They're all I get to help now. They're the only people I ever see. I miss my friends. What kind of information are these wizards looking for? They want me to tell them who created the magical barriers that have isolated the areas of Avernum. I don't know. I have no idea. I have only the most unlikely of guesses. We need to bring down the barriers. Can you tell us how? He stares at you. It is difficult. The dragon's eyesight is failing. He seems to become very confused. You should go to Formello, to the south. Before the attack I sensed. I go there. That is all I am sure of. I get so tired. Thank you for your time. Ah, nothing worse than an ailing dragon. Such mighty beasts come to age. You read the sign. Magi clearance only beyond this point. Beyond the door is a short corridor. Floor in the middle of the passage is a large grand symbol precisely painted on the floor. To reach the door on the other side, you have to walk over it. And that's what we're going to save, because I want to see what explodes. Start to walk over the room. It goes right. You feel searing heat in your face, hands. You back away quickly and the light fades. You've heard of rooms like this. They're used by the Avernum government to block off areas which are off limits to personnel with inadequate clearance, like it would appear you. So we don't have the clearance to go any further there. So we're done here. All signs are pointing to Formello. We're going to go and see about this storm, this steam vent. Steam-filled cavern. You instantly recognise the rank smell coming from these passages. Giant lizards, lots of them. Dry scales scattered on the ground would seem to confirm this. This cavern contains a grisly surprise. You see the recently dead, heavy-picked bones of a merchant caravan. They must have gotten lost in the caves and camped in here. A lizard ambush made short work of them. Most of their supplies have been crushed by the lizard's strong jaws. Unfortunately, some of their goods have survived and are scattered about the cavern. Find the body of a human, heavily singed. He looked like he was surprised and wounded by a fire lizard, and he managed to crawl here before he died. Find a large nest filled with baby giant lizards all munching happily on a deceased giant spider. It is very unusual for giant lizards to take such good care of their young. You're hit by a wave of sulphurous steam and smoke. There must be a natural steam vent somewhere nearby. Features as these are what keep Avernum warm, though very few areas are as hot and humid as these tunnels. You hear more lizards ahead of you. You hear more hissing ahead, both from lizards and from the steaming fumaroles. The volcanic vents must be ahead. You listen carefully and you can tell that some of the reptilian hissing you can hear of you sound suspiciously like speech. Perhaps it's chanting. Very strange. It's a dragon. Hostile Drake. See what we've got in our bag of tricks. Bolt fire, bind foes. No, okay. You can't see the break. I think for them we were going to have to oof. Okay. Okay, well, we're pretty beat up. So let's go back the way we came. Okay, I am going to leave it here. This has been Vane doing Let's Play Avernum 2. If you like what you're seeing here, be sure to like, subscribe, share and comment. Please consider sponsoring me on Patreon, and until next time, goodbye.